If the answer is I want to see lots of elephants, lots of lion, a river crossing, most likely Namibia is not the place to go. We would most likely have them go towards Tanzania or East Africa kind of thing, or maybe Kruger in South Africa. But if the answer is something more like, I want to feel genuinely in the remote areas, I want to see something that I can't see anywhere, I want to experience more than just a traditional game drive, then Namibia would be the place for you. Namibia has so many things to offer. The wildlife almost feels like a cherry on top of the cake. You can still go see the dunes, visit the Skeleton Coast, experience the culture, visit the shipwrecks on the Skeleton Coast, ride the dunes, even night stargazing. If you're purely looking for a safari-based destination, definitely Namibia wouldn't be on top of the list. However, if you're looking for overall quietness, overall other activity type of experiences, then definitely Namibia will be the place. You're listening to Safari Scoop, where we take you inside the heart of Africa, one story at a time. I am Baraka.
And I am Magreth. Today we are bringing you another quick look into the wildlife moments and magic that makes African safari truly unforgettable. Welcome back to the Safari Scoop. I'm Maggie, and today is a special one. We are joined by a guest for a first time. Suzanne just got back from her 10 days on the ground in Namibia. She visited some of the properties we've been partnered with, and since we've been getting a lot of questions about desert destinations lately, I wanted her to take on how that trip actually feels, not just as a planner, but as someone who experienced it.
And I'll be honest, Namibia is one of those destinations I get the most questions about from clients, and also some of the most skepticism. People hear desert and they are not sure what they're walking into. So I am excited to have someone who just came back to actually tell us what it's like. Welcome, Suzanne.
Thank you for having me. Genuinely, I have been waiting to talk about this trip since I landed, and I'm so excited to share everything with you.
Well, Suzanne, I've seen your photos and they look completely surreal. But for someone who is looking at Namibia on a map, it's a lot of empty space. Is it just a lot of sand, or is there a bigger story out of it?
What I think people have to picture Namibia, first of all, it's a very quiet place. It's a semi-desert country. It has around 3 million people. So you can imagine it's not a lot of people compared to other places in Africa. And there is a lot of things to offer, like Namib Desert, which has offered the sand dunes and also iron sands. And also it has like Etosha Pan. Back then it has like in large big lake, but now it's vast of salt. And within it, also there is wildlife within the Etosha Pan. Yeah, you cannot compare Namibia wildlife with other countries like South Africa or Eastern Africa, but also the wildlife there, it's very, very beautiful. And also it has like skeleton coast, the most unique part about where the ocean met the desert. So the whole perspective of Namibia, it's beautiful landscapes and a bit of wildlife. That is what I'm going to say, Maggie.
A bit of wildlife and a lot of landscapes. That is Namibia.
Yes.
Let's start with the expectation question, because most people come to Africa for animals. Namibia is different in that way, right?
Yes. It's definitely different because like the beautiful part about Namibia wildlife, you'll be able to see the animals that adaptation, because like the area they live and how the climate is, it's very, very not conducive, I could say, but they adapted. They are climbing the mountains, the rocks. We were able to see elephants on the rocks, climbing the rocks. So it was so amazing at that time because I'm from East Africa. We see them every day close by, but we had to just a little bit walk and just see them from the rocks. And I think that was so beautiful. The oryx are there. I mean, a lot of our questions were like, where do they get the food? Because they're oryx within the desert. And our guide was super amazing. And he started explaining like, where do they go and just get the food? Then we went to the area, and a lot of also accommodations over there provide them with water holes so they come and drink the water. So I think the beautiful part about Namibia wildlife is you will be able to see the unique adaptations of wildlife. Wildlife can survive everywhere. That is the concept that I get it. Like you can go anywhere and you can see animals, for what I've learned from there, Maggie.
You nailed it perfectly, Suzanne. This is actually something that we try to set up early in the conversation with clients who are considering going to Namibia, because we always ask them, what drew you to go to Africa in the first place? And if the answer is, I want to see lots of elephants, lots of lion, a river crossing, most likely Namibia is not the place to go. We would most likely have them go towards Tanzania or East Africa kind of thing, or maybe Kruger in South Africa. But if the answer is something more like, I want to feel genuinely in the remote areas, I want to see something that I can't see anywhere, I want to experience the topography, I want to experience more than just a traditional game drive, then Namibia would be the place for you, because Namibia as the country and as far as a safari circuit, it has so many things to offer. And I think, in my humble opinion, even based on what Suzanne has been talking about, the wildlife is almost like, it feels like a cherry on top of the cake, because you can still go see the dunes, you can go visit the skeleton coast, you can go experience the culture with the Hamba people, or you can go visit the shipwrecks on the skeleton coast. You can go ride the dunes. So it has so many things to offer, even night stargazing. So if for all those astronomers out there, Namibia is the place to be. So to reiterate again, if you're purely looking for a safari-based destination, definitely Namibia wouldn't be on top of the list. However, if you're looking for overall quietness, overall other activity type of experiences, then definitely Namibia would be the place. I wonder if it was the same experience that you had, Maggie, when you had the opportunity to visit Namibia.
Well, for me, I don't know. I'm lost in words. Namibia is one of those countries that I want to go. Coming from a country with about 70 million people, going to an empty space like Namibia, 3 million people, and it's as big as Tanzania. It gives me time to like slow down in a quiet environment, the streets of Swakopmund, eating dinner in the fine dining restaurants, in Swakopmund. That's one of my things. So I think Namibia is one of those destinations where you go and slow down.
Thanks for joining us on A Safari Scoop.
If you enjoyed today's story, follow the podcast for more moments from the wild to vibrant cultures and stunning shores.
Until next time, stay curious,
stay inspired, and keep Africa in your heart.
One of the things that usually come up almost every time when we talk about Namibian inquiry is about driving distances.
For what I would say about driving, I think driving for me, it was a beautiful way for transport.